Omega Vaughn and YouTube. How's it going? I turned my volume up after some suggestions from last time. Hopefully that helps. So what I'm gonna do now is the Maelstrom Red Line Brawl. So obviously with the ability you can get an aggressive position. So I'll just kind of go over what kind of my plan is gonna be, and obviously in this one it's a little more fluid. Um, So yeah, I was trying to see what this is. Okay, I like that. What's that 15 second? Let's do that. Okay. So the brawler's a little weird. Well, he only has two lines, but in those two lines, you're using these setups. Okay. So every setup: dexterous hook, low strike, and sinister cross. They also basically the brawler is like a buffer within a buff. So each ability that they do, depending on setup, finisher, and what type of finisher, quick, heavy, or balanced strike. So your whatever ability you use last. So say this is the setup, right? It says melee setup. Dexterous hook. Whenever dexterous hook setup um, is the most recent before a setup attack, then I will have the next metal spender will spend 35% additional skill damage. Low strike, I will restore some of my power back. And in Sinister Strike, I will get these things called innate buffs. Now, if I use Sinister Strike last, before I use any of these finishers, I will actually get 2 stacks of that. So, Sinister Strike, if I use a quick attack, which is going to be right here, E-Strike. See, it says melee finisher quick. Okay? So, when I use innate strength with a quick attack, I will receive whatever tier I have here. So one tier is 2.5, and 2 tiers is 5, 3 is 7.5, and 4 tiers is 10. Sorry, 10 damage. So the reason that's important is as I tier up, which I'm going to show you, the rotation I do is actually going to put 2 stacks on each one of them almost immediately. So I'll go through the whole thing. So the first time I'm just trying to build all this all the way up to 9, which is my metal. So when I stack these all the way up, I'm going to use heavy, right? So when I use heavy, besides getting, this setup is my Sinister Strike is my setup one. I'm going to get 2 abilities of modest critical rating bonus. So it can go all the way up to 4, but I'm just going to take it to 2, and I'll show you why. I think it's at 0.75. Oh, no, plus 75 to my crit when I do this one. So then, if I'm full up, I'm going to actually just use Sinister Strike again. Then I'm going to use Knee Strike. And the reason I'm going to use Knee Strike is I get plus 5, because I'm going to be on tier 2, damage. Then at the end, if we get through the rotation, I'm going to use Balanced. Actually, I'm going to flip these around. And I'll tell you why I want Balance, because I want that mitigation debuff on there. See that? Okay? So I'm going to hit with Mighty, then I'm going to hit Balance. Balance is going to give me Finesse, and I think it's plus 25. All right? These are buffs you can use before going in. They add metal on you, so that's nice. This is a nice one that gains it over time. So if you need to get stuff and get abilities, that's a good one. I'm going to obviously do this. It also has a 10-second buff. This, I can open up with this. This is amazing. It's called First Strike. It just hits them really hard just on the get-go, which is kind of cool because most games, you know, it's the final. I will be using my debuffs here, which is going to be Weathering Blows, One for All. I do have my Racial, so this is if I'm in a nasty emergency, I will use that. I do have my Breakaway. So then you can decide which ones you want. Like I want this for a chance of knockdown. I want this for the tactical mitigation debuff. And this one for run speed. But I have other quick attacks if I want to use those instead, you know. Like this is a balanced attack. It also gives me incoming healing. So I can switch these around if I want. You know. I mean, that's not bad. What is it? This is not a quick. This has to be a heavy. Yeah. So I decide I just do these 6, and I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to use all my setups, finish the Sinister Strike, and then do a heavy attack, which will give me plus to critical rate. So I'm just going to go all the way through it here. And then, boom. Then I'm going to do 3 again, hit him with 5. Go through the rotation again, hit him with 6. Go through the rotation again. Then I'm going to actually use something called Pummel, and then a big attack there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to wait for my health to come up. I mean, if you want to bring food, that's not an awful idea. I don't mind waiting, and I hope you guys don't mind waiting with me. So same thing, going to go through it again. And let's see here, shift. Okay, so we're at max all the way. So right now, we can just press 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. Give him a nice pummel. Gonna do the same thing again. This time I can go up to all 8. All 4. There we go. Alright, so that's not bad for red light. Alright, I think I'm gonna switch those back around. I want that pummel for the second one, and not use it on that one. Alright, so this one, I'm gonna use probably the shield. All for 1. Nah, that looks good. There we go. I'm just gonna follow the rotations again. 3, 6, get that crit. I can go all the way back around if it was like There we go. Alright, this is my next one. Yeah, so that's how we'll do it. So if I want to, I can just go up to Alt 3 and Alt 4 and 5 and go the rotation again, using finishers. So let's get this one. It gives us a little buff too, that's nice. I'm gonna go all the way through the rotation, do that, hit 3, hit 5, hit 3, hit 3. Now they should all be at 4. Yeah, see that stacks of 4. So by doing that rotation alone, I got all my abilities up to stack 4. Okay? So this one we're probably going to use Weathering Blows. We're going to find the signature one. We're going to punch him right in the face with the finisher. I'm going to punch him right in there. There we go. Now we're going to try to stack up our tiers. Done. Alright, now let's see. There should be another guy around here. Like I said, I'm not too scared. Should I be? Probably. Gonna do the same thing. Now I'm gonna go 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, Alt 3, Alt 4. Alright, so then I just went back up to the Alt. But now I think I see why I did flips there. I don't need that. Let's do that. Because then we can just know. Okay, so 3 is going to be like our main button here. So for this one, I'm going to put in Alt 1. I'm going to punch that first guy so hard. Go down T. Then fumble. There we go. And like same thing, once I got done with this one, the first guy dropped. I dropped Fist of Valar, and then I hit Pummel on my next kick, on my very next pull. So same thing, we'll start off with shift 1, with shift 3, 1, 2, 3. We do the same thing, just gonna go all the way with it. And now we should be up to tier 5. Or tier 4. See, we should have all of them up to tier 4. Yep, tier 4, tier 4, tier 4. And how I did that is I just went through the regular rotation. Then I hit 3 Sinister Strike, Mighty Upheaval, 3 again to Shattering Fist, 3 again to Quick Strike. So then I had a stack of 2 on each, and the tier is only 4 for my innate strength. So then if I still look over, I see I still have a lot of metal left. I'll go Sinister Strike. Then I'll go to Strike Skyward. Then I'll go to Sinister Strike again. Go back to Overhand Smash. Hit Sinister Strike here. And then I'll get Backhand Clout. So then all of my innate buffs will be up to 4. And that would make this one at 10% damage. The other one, Finesse. I don't know what it is at tier 4. Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? Back up. We're gonna hope Sinister Strike was the last one we used. There we go. All right, now we're gonna go 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, Alt 4, 3, Alt 5. All right. Maybe I didn't mess that up. You know what? Don't watch me. All right, let's do it again. We're gonna go Shift 4 just to get ourselves a little bit of damage. We're gonna punch our way to all the way to max. All right, and that will put 3 all 6, all 5. Okay, so let's see what that put our stuff at. Our power goes up to 10. The crit or the finesse is 312, and the crit is at 260. So I think that's pretty substantial to tier, and that's just by doing those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 buttons. All right, let's do this. Weathering it. So same thing. We're at max. We're just gonna go 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, Alt 3, and they're all dead. So by the time you get through the rotation, they should be pretty much dead, and that's doing bare minimal buffs before I go in. I still have the ability Joy of Battle and Battle Fury. You know, so it's this is nice. Let's see here. Let's throw a cup at somebody. There we go. Follow me. So same thing. We're almost at max. I'm just gonna press Sinister Strike 3. So I'm gonna press 3 once. 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, Alt 3, 3, Alt 4, 3, Alt. Now I'm at max crits right now. Drop Shift, boom. So what I did there is I just punched one more so that this was the finisher, because that will give you plus 35% the finisher damage, and then I went with Fist of Valar. That Fist of Valar is an awesome finisher, so let's do one. Oh, that's too close. Don't worry about it. We'll get him out of here. Alright, we got 2 here. That's cool. We're gonna drop that, drop that. Drop that. Let's get our ults on here. Alt 3. Ah! That was 3 mobs, wasn't it? That was awful. Alright, that's on me. Same thing, we'll go back in there. I would have put my weather on a little faster had I known. And I totally just missed it. Alright, let's keep going. So that's kind of the that's what I'm using right now. And I hope it makes sense. We'll go maybe one more pull and then maybe 1 or 2. I don't know. Maybe we'll clear the whole thing. And I didn't know that was on. Here we go. Okay, well, maybe we'll pull less than 1. Alright, so same thing. We're going to end on Sinister Strike. There we go. Now we're gonna go fumble. There we go. All right. Let's see. Now that blinking lets us know when they're pulsating. The pips when they're increasing. There we go. All right, let's go again. So same thing. We're gonna try to punch our way out of that. 5, 6. Now I would punch through one more time before you start hitting the alt 3s. There we go. So that time I changed it up. I went all the way around, and then when I got to quick knee feint, I went through these 3 again to build my metal back up, and then I started going skyward, up, overhand, and backhand clout. There we go. We'll go 3, 4. Oops. Same thing. Let's go again. We're just gonna keep punching him. 4, 3 back to 6. We're gonna go through the rotation again. So I mean, red line. Ooh. I guess we'll do the treasure one.
I've been spotted.
Okay. Alright, we got a treasure. I've never done these quests. Alright, very good. Okay, so let's try this again. You think we can take him? If we can't take him, then we're done. Alright? We'll go through it one more time, and then we'll fight this guy. So I'm going to start off with... So, like I said, setups, setup finishers, finishers, setup, innate strengths, okay? So the rotation will be, I will obviously try to punch first with first strike if it's up. It's just anything that's over 80% health, you can use it on. Then I'm going to use Dexterity Strike, Low Strike, Sinister Cross. Then I'm going to use Mighty Upheaval. The reason I'm going to use that is I got a 74% chance of applying a knockdown. But also with this innate strength, which is a heavy attack, I will receive Critical Strike Modesty. And it was what, 125? Okay, so then I'm going to go back to, if I still have a lot of metal, I'm going to go back to Sinister Strike because it gives me 2 builds of that. So not only will I be using Upheaval to get the heavy will give me tier 2 right away because I use Sinister Cross first. Then I'll go back to 3, back to 5. Why I'm using that is balanced. Balanced, and also this Shattering Fist has a mitigation debuff I like on it. Then I'll go, and the reason I want to use that is it's a balanced attack. A balanced attack gives me a finesse buff. Then I do the same thing if there's still abilities. Sinister Cross to 3, now to 6. The reason I want that is it slows them down, does modest damage, but it's a quick attack. So with the quick attack, I will get right here, not just the tier 1, but tier 2, because I use Sinister Cross, and that gives me 2 abilities to the innate strength buff. I will automatically start at plus 5% damage, just overall. Then what I'll do is I go back to 1, 2, 3, which is going to be Dexterous Hook, Low Strike, Sinister Cross. Why I want to do this, I want that double buff. Oh, before I start this, and I'm also building up my metal, if there's any damage or anything the way the fight seems like it's going, that's when I'll start dropping shields and maybe adding buffs if I need to, just depending on how hard you're fighting. Then what I do is I go Sinister Cross up to strike towards the sky, because if I use Sinister Cross first, it gives me 2 tiers, and I'll be at tier 4 of the critical strike abilities. I think it's 95. Okay, then I'll go to balanced. That gets my finesse up. then I go to Quick Strike, which will get my bonus damage up to 10. Okay? Then if they're still alive, I have a chance to drop Fist of Valar, which is just a huge kind of finisher. Also, every metal that is consumed is an additional 15% damage. After that, if I have metal or not, I will do Pummel. But before I use this finisher, if it seems like it, I like to use Dexterous Hook first because it gives me plus 35% to finisher skill damage. All right, so it'll be all this damage plus 35%. So here we go. Let's see if we can do this. We're going to open it up right away. Now see where it should be at. I'm going to start doing my buffs here. Valar. Alright, so now we need to move for sure. Ah! We did kill him. We killed her. We killed the main one. Alright. So there it was. Obviously I died, so I'm going to put this in my front. But that was, I mean, we did kill him technically. We just didn't survive the whole instance. So, as always, you guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for what my next video should be, please leave that in the comments too. Any questions about the build itself, if it doesn't make sense, if I didn't explain it well enough, you can leave that in the comments, and you can contact me on almost all social platforms except for Snapchat. So that should be it. Thank you guys for watching, and may the hairs on your toes grow.